Are you really alive? Are you awake? Are you connected with your soul's purpose? Or are you mostly just moving through the emotions? If so, today gonna be your wake up call. This episode gonna be short, it's gonna be sweet, and it's gonna be kind of like a mix. I want to say in last week episode, but unfortunately it wasn't last week, which I'm gonna get to in a moment. But in the last episode, I introduced a new format, a sacred practice. A practice for you to actually experience and embody the magic of working on the energetic level. So if you haven't done it yet, go and check it out. Come back to it whenever you need it. It's a beautiful practice to reclaim your power, your energy, your magic. But so in this episode, I also mentioned two other episode types that I kind of want to introduce to the Embodied Witch podcast show. One is a power activation, which is kind of like your pep talk to really get you moving, to get your fire up. And the other one is the soul transmission, where I receive downloads straight from the divine consciousness that just wants to move through me. And I feel like today is a little bit a mix of both. I'm actually not sure yet. But so the reason why there was no episode last week, even though I was committed and I gave my word to do an episode every week, last week when I was supposed to record this episode, I actually went for a beautiful beach walk with my dog Beef Pure because I really wanted to tap into the energy, into the frequency of the essence of the episode. I already had it prepared. I was like, I'm going to go for this beautiful work because I really wanted to get my energy in line, which I did. I had a magical walk. I connected with the ocean, with the sun. I was like really good energy. But then I jumped on my bike and unfortunately I had a scooter accident. And it was quite nasty one and the painful one. I hit the street really, really hard. I got a lot of open wounds and I even had to get stitches. And it was a really strong trauma, which reminded me, and this is the first of the things I want to come through today, is that life is precious. And all the things that I'm saying today is not like you never heard them before. It's not like I'm inventing the wheel for the first time. No. But so often we need a reminder. And this is not so you don't wait for your wake up call. Don't wait for getting into an accident to remember. And not only to remember, but to really live life is fucking precious. For real. We never know how many more breaths we're gonna take on this earth in this incarnation. Life is so precious and it's so short. It can be over in an eye blink. And the whole trajectory of your life can change in a second. Like I was really reflecting of if I would have been on my phone for 1 second longer before I jumped on my bike, it wouldn't have happened. It was like a matter of seconds. And we are not in control. Like our mind, our ego, especially Western society, we want to control everything. But in the end, we are not in control. So when I say life is really precious, this is not about dropping into like a fear mindset and like seeing danger everywhere and like being like, oh my God, I cannot leave the house because something could happen, or going into scarcity. No, it is quite the opposite. Life is fucking short. So make the most out of it. Live it fully, like really. Go after, and that brings me already to the second one. Go after what sets your soul on fire. What is it that you are really here for on this earth? Your soul did not choose to incarnate at this time and place in this body in these circumstances by any coincidence. And this is not for you to, go to school, get a job, and then one day you're going to retire and you're going to finally enjoy your life. You have a purpose. You have a reason. You can call it Dharma or your soul mission, your soul path, whatever it is. And as I said, number one, life is precious. So don't waste it. Don't wait for figuring out the time, the money, the resources, the circumstances to finally go after your dream, your desire. You never know how much more time you have left. And that's one of the reasons why many years ago I left Germany. I moved to Bali because I had another really, really big wake-up call. I lost someone, loved one, and I realized, shit, I can walk out of the door and take my last breath. Already then I had this dream of living in Bali, but I was like, okay, I need to save money first. I need to finish my university degree first. It was like a checklist, things I have to do first. But I was like, no, I cannot do this any longer. I have to leave and move now. And I can't do the work that just looks good on paper. It's like, yeah, I studied psychology. I'm really smart. I'm really intelligent. I could have gone down this line. And even though it was still to a certain degree in line with my purpose, because I always knew from a young age on, it's about being of service. It wasn't my angle, or at least not the only angle that I was supposed to take. But I really invite you, take a moment, and that's the thing why we so often numb out, why we live so disconnected from ourselves, because we create a life that we don't even really want to be in. But your life is so precious, and there's something so much deeper, so much bigger inside of you that wants to come through. And this can be through work or charity, the environment, the planet, like raising incredible children. Like there's an endless list of what it is. But it is not necessarily being part of the matrix. And sorry if you hear my dog barking. He also, unfortunately, he was on the bike with me and he got injured. And he wanted to be here with me right now when I record this episode. So I couldn't say no. So really, life is precious. Go after what sets your soul on fire. And even if it's scary, that is usually a sign that you are going in the right direction. If it doesn't scare the fuck out of you, you're probably not dreaming big enough. What is your biggest dream? And what are you waiting for? What do you have to lose? And I know your mind gonna tell you a million reasons. But it's your power activation, your soul transmission. So we are tapping into this right now. I really invite you. Don't let life pass away. Days turn into weeks, into months, into years. And time is such an illusion. And so often people think like, oh yeah, when I reach this age, when I retire, then I'm gonna travel. Then I'm gonna explore the world. Then I'm gonna do the passion, the hobby that I always dreamed of. And I hope you're gonna reach this age. But what if the time is now for you to do it? And this brings me to the third and last point. And it's kind of like, I said, Marley, my dog, is here with me right now. And the last one is, don't take your loved ones for granted. My biggest scare, my biggest worry was and still is that Marley suffered, got hurt. So when I came home from the clinic, like all stitched up, I was lying next to him and I was praying to God, please let Marley be fine. And I forgot to switch off my phone. Today is really raw, unfiltered, and just coming through. Take it or leave it. But really, Don't take your loved ones for granted. Your friends, your family, your partner, your pets, who or whatever you love and hold dear to your heart. Yes, your life is precious. Go after your fucking desire. But also the lives of the people that we love is precious. And we never know how much time we have with them. So tell them that you love them, that you care for them. And not only tell them, spend time for them. Make them a priority. Like your best friend you haven't called in ages, go and call them now. Make plans to go out for dinner, to catch up, whatever it is. Spend time with your loved ones. Don't take them for granted. And tell them how much you love them. Things like this can really put our life into perspective. I do believe everything is happening for us. So I'm not saying necessarily, and this is where it gets really tricky when, let's say, quote unquote, bad things happen to us. But I was like, okay, imagine I didn't have this accident, but then down the road something even worse would have happened. And actually this happened. This dog crossed the street right in front of me to actually prevent me from something even worse. We never know. Maybe it was for me to record this episode. I don't know. There are so many things we don't know. But what I know or what I remember, then that's why I also want to bring this up. As I said, these are things you know. But do you really embody them? Do you live them? Do you appreciate every single day? In the evening, before I close my eyes, I send a prayer and I say thank you for this day. Thank you for the moments, the experience that I had during this day. And I don't allow my fear to disconnect me from my soul, from my heart. Yes, doing this work is not always easy. But just getting a 9 to 5, for me, it would be my inner death. Like my soul would be like, okay, what the fuck are we doing? Like this is not what we choose when we incarnated. And show and share the people that you love how much they mean to you. That's it. End of episode. Maybe call your mom, your friend, your partner, your loved one. Tell them. Take action right now. Don't let it just be something on the mental level, like, oh yeah, nice. But actually, really, what can you do today? Something that you always wanted to do, that you dreamed of. And it doesn't have to be completely change your life and move to Bali, even though if you do so, come and say hi. I can recommend it. But it can be small steps. So, I'm gonna go rest again. Live life to the fullest. Take in every sweetness that life has to offer. Don't avoid the pain and the suffering. I still haven't turned off my phone. So sorry. And I'm gonna add the fourth one. Don't lose your humor. We take life so serious, but no one is gonna get out alive. So yes, have fun, love, play. All right, over and out. See you hopefully next week.